Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to another segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation continues from a-sabad-a-day, the recitation. a-sabad-a-day, Agam Agochar Daras Tera, so paye jis mastak paag. आप कृपाल कृपा प्रभ तारी, सतगुर बख्शिया हर नाम। कल जुग उदारिया गुरदेव, मल मूत मूड़ जय मुग्ध होते, सब्बे लगे तेरी सेव रहाओ। तू आप करता सब सृष्ट धरता, सब में रहा समाए। धर्म राजा बिस्माद हुआ, सब पई पैरी आए। सतयुग त्रेता द्वापर भन्निए, कल जुग उत्तमो जुग माहे। एह कर करे सो एह कर पाए, कोई न पकड़िया किसे थाए। सतयुग त्रेता द्वापर भन्निए, कल जुग उत्तमो जुग माए। एह कर करे स एह कर पाए, कोई न पकड़िया किसे थाए। हर जियो सोई करे जे भगत तेरे जाचै। एह तेरा बिरद कर जोड़ नानक दान मांगै। अपने संतां दे हर दरस, हर जियो सोई करे जे भगत तेरे जाचै है। एहो तेरा बिरद कर जोड़ नानक दान मांगै। अपने संतां दे हर दरस. The key word here is daras. Agam Agochar Daras Tera, so paye jis mastak paag. Agam Agochar Daras Tera. Agam Agochar, unreachable, imperceptible. Daras Tera, your auspicious sight, vision, viewpoint, philosophy. Sopai is found by those, jis mastak paag, on whose forehead is this destiny written. And I'm translating it literally. Aap kripal, kripa prabhatari, when the self bestows its wisdom, Satgur Bhaksya Har Naam, the true enlightener, graces us with self-knowledge. Let's see what this means. So the Guru is saying, Jis mastak paag, they who are so destined, they who are so motivated, behold your vision. Thus tera so paye. And that happens when the Prabh self, in its compassion, Aap kripal kripa prabhatari, it acts as the true enlightener. Because there is no difference between the Satguru and the Prabh qualitatively. The true enlightener then bestows the gift of self-knowledge, Satguru Bhaksya Har Naam. So self-realization, the meaning of this is that self-realization or actualization is the only way to perceive what is imperceptible to the senses, you see. Agam Agochar. How do you have a vision of something that your senses cannot see? This is another way of saying that liberation from the limitations of the ego consciousness requires an inner transformation. And that transformation cannot happen without the mediation or the guidance of the true enlightener, the Satguru. And we have to remember that the Satguru does not necessarily, although it could, correspond to an individual. But we should think of it as that principle of knowledge, which is accessible to all of us. So Daras comes from darshan. Darshana derived from Daras. And in the Indian system, it signifies the 6 schools of orthodoxy, which are also called Khat Darshan, where Khat means 6 and also incomplete or sour. And these systems are called Astika or orthodox systems because they accept the authority of the Vedas. Gurmat, however, does not subscribe to the notion that there can be only one fixed foundational system. Gurmat is essentially open and fluid. So that's the difference. There is a passage from the third Guru which actually makes that distinction. And now there are how Kaljug Udarya Gurudev, Kaljug Udarya in Kaljug. You see, in mythological terms, and the way that the Indian mind thinks about the passage of time, it calls them yugas or ages. And Kaljug happens to be the one that we are in. So I read that to mean the present time. Kaljug Udarya Gurudev. Udarya is to save. In the present age, the principle of knowledge is what we need in order to liberate ourselves. Mal moot moorje mugd hote. Mal is dirt. Moot is literally urine. Mood, foolish. Je mugd hote. Mugd is intoxicated. Sab lage teri save. Teri save is following the guidance of the Gur principle. So what is being said is that a vision of the unreachable, the immaterial, is possible only through self-realization, which is Naam. And those intoxicated with the ego, because this mal, this dirt, signifies the ego, because it's fogged, it doesn't have clarity. So those intoxicated with the ego are saved by that good principle. So you see, that is where it is at. Satyug Treta Dwapar Pandiye Kaljug Utmo Juga Mahe. Eh kar kare so eh kar paye koi na pakdiye kise thaye. So what is being said is Kaljug is the best time. People talk about the 3 ages, Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, but the 4th, Kaljug, is sublime amongst all ages because in the earlier times, you're talking about the past. Here, you are rewarded for your own actions. Eh kar kare, eh kar pave. I believe what the Guru is saying is that there is no better time than the present. That is where you have to be. And therefore, the supplication is, O revered one, har jiyo soi kahe, je bhagt tere jache, eh tera bird. That is your nature. Kar jod nanak daan mange, apne santan de har daras. Santan de har daras. Remember, we began with daras, that vision, and that comes through the Satguru. So the O Jio, O revered one, you do what your devotees ask you to. Jo bhagat jache, what they ask for. Jache is to long for. This is your bird, your nature. You will do it, whatever your devotee asks for. Kar jod, with joined hands. The 5th Nanak, Guru Arjan Mange, begs the daan, the benediction to please enable daras, enable that vision by finding the sants, the evolved ones, so that I may follow their example. देह गुर दरस कर जोड़ नानक दान मांगै अपने संतां दे हर दरस। वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह।